back to BLOCKTV. It's time now for chain breakers and exciting new partnerships that are already forming in 2020. Incognito is a company determined to bring true privacy to the crypto space. The company, founded back in mid-2018, claims the lack of privacy is the biggest threat to the cryptoverse as a whole. And they're looking to change that with a network of sidechains and nodes to help them power a private crypto economy. Now they've gotten a Binance X fellowship in order to help boost that mission. And as we'll see, the mission is highlighted in their promotional video. Here, let's take a quick look.
Introducing Incognito, a revolutionary network that lets you send, receive, and store crypto with complete privacy. You no longer need to trust profit-driven institutions or service providers. Incognito is powered and protected by individuals just like you. Here's how it works. Meet the Incognito node. Node is a simple plug-and-play that earns crypto for you. Every node in every corner of the globe contributes a little power to process private transactions for our new world. Every time someone sends Bitcoin privately, you get Bitcoin, because your node powers the network that makes privacy possible. Thanks to advanced cryptographic techniques, financial histories will be 100% confidential. As an owner of a node, you'll help provide privacy to users everywhere on Earth. Thanks to your node, you're a shareholder of the entire crypto economy.
All right, certainly an exciting project. And as I said, now with Binance X awarding a development fellowship, the company looks set for some significant growth into the future and a chance to really play out their vision. I'm joined now by Andrei Bukevsky, Incognito's business development head, along with Albert Achabon, an independent advisor working with them, joining us from Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. Gentlemen, firstly, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for inviting for this show.
All right, Andre, I want to start with you. So firstly, congratulations on the fellowship, and tell us a little bit about what that means for Incognito as a company. What changes can we expect to stem from such a partnership and grant with a company like Binance?
Yeah, sure. Firstly, let me maybe just briefly highlight that what is Incognito. To be clear to everybody, is we are building universal privacy hub for the blockchain and crypto economy. And as you probably know, the Binance, one of the biggest project on the market, on the ecosystem. And for us, actually, it's a very big move in terms of approving our technology, because we spent 1.5 years on developing the sidechain itself. And getting this fellowship grant is actually credentials to us to build bridge to the Binance chain and allow privacy for BNB and Web2 tokens. So it's actually a very big push for the new startups to collaborate with projects like Binance.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of that opportunity growth, now you guys have already announced some time ago, but that you'll be building bridges for the Binance chain to allow private transactions to occur on the BNB network. But let's dig a little deeper into that. For those that don't quite understand how that works and what it means to have those bridges in order to have coins that were not considered privacy coins now effectively be able to be entirely private in a network, can you help break down that concept a little bit for our viewers?
So let's maybe then we just break it down in two stages. I can explain how we build the Incognito sidechain, and Albert probably can join and jump and tell how the bridge is going to work. Sure. If it's okay, then we can share.
Sure, gentlemen.
So, in first stage, Incognito is independent sidechain which work in parallel. So technically we run own blockchain which developed in mix of cryptography. So we implemented ring signature like you can experience in Monero, and we have implemented zero knowledge proof technology as you experience in the Zcash, and we allow this both tools for external tokens which will be deposited on the sidechain. And the way how the public chains connected to the privacy sidechain is Albert, the best person to talk.
Sure. So Portal is like a pretty interesting design because essentially like create the collateralized bridge between like these two different blockchains. Like for example, Binance Chain and Incognito. And the way this works is that there's like some custodians, but these custodians have like provided collateral that makes it so in the event that they misbehave or they do something wrong, and this collateral is liquidated and the users are protected from any misbehavior. So, it's a design of a bridge, like an architecture of a bridge that while it has like some custodians as part of it, is decentralized because it has collateral that makes sure that there's no misbehavior, or if there's misbehavior, the users are made whole.
Maybe just also just my 2 cents for the, let's say for the non technical user like it's me, the basic explanation is that you have BNB token which minted on Binance Chain, and if you want to make this BNB private, you need to deposit this BNB on Incognito sidechain, and you move these funds like through the trustless bridge, which Albert just mentioned. But from the like token perspective, that BNB token, it gets like locked, let's say on in the portal on the smart contract, and once this locked on the Incognito chain will be minted like private BNB tokens, which have like 1-1 equivalent, and then inside the Incognito chain you actually move from you use this ring signature and ZKP, and you move this private BNB through the Incognito chain until the moment you want to move your funds back. So when you move it back, you trigger the same portal, and it unlocks, it burns private BNB and it unlocks public BNB back. And it's like trustless from both ways. So you can do any period of time way forward and back.
All right, so talk to me as well, because a key part of the Incognito platform is this hardware node that you guys have developed. You're currently selling, if I'm looking on your website, for $399. Not a small sum of money to be sure, but you see this as a key part of developing your network, nodes within your system. So explain to our viewers a little bit about what this node does, what it means, and how they're going to get value for money spending that sum and getting returns.
Sure. Actually, it's also like very cool thing. If you mentioned regarding the price, technically it costs like similar like you rent out 1 year of cloud server, but you can keep like this device like much longer than 1 year. So this is like first like tiny thing. But in general, this node have been designed for non-technical people, like my mother, like my grandmother, for the like huge mass future adoption when you just buy a device, plug in the electricity, connect Wi-Fi, and power the network. And the current version, which you saw on the video, is support Incognito chain. But in Q1 2020, like within the next couple months, we plan to launch opportunity to integrate the node device for any kind of proof of stake networks. So, and when Ethereum 2.0 will be launched, it can work for Ethereum 2.0, it can work for Harmony, for Matic, for any kind of proof of stake can be powered by this device. And then if you actually imagine the way to enter like crypto, the way to become validator is decreasing from the technical people only who knows how to run server, who knows how to connect Docker, to the like non-technical people like my mother who just connect device in the electricity and Wi-Fi and become blockchain network validator, and of course earn some rewards. And maybe the also really cool things to mention about the node, if you compare it with like other miners in the network. Firstly, this node of course will power our network and it gets earn block rewards in our native coin. But the most interesting thing, if you send a private BNB in our chain, you pay transaction fee in BNB, and this node device earns BNB. If you send transaction in Ethereum, like private Ether, this node earn Ether, and so on, in any kind of currency integrated to the chain.
All right, it certainly sounds like an interesting network that you're developing there, but I suppose I want to pull back for a moment and ask the question about privacy as a whole, because the current system as it exists now, most blockchains out there, obviously you have chains out there that exist with the sole purpose of having a privacy focus. Monero, Zcash, any number of privacy coins that exist out there at the moment. Why are they not good enough solutions? Why do we need a solution like Incognito?
Well, it's another cool question, actually. There's today, probably only cool questions. So technically, we not position ourselves as competitor to existed coins like Monero or Zcash or Beam or Green. And we also try and do not push our native token to the market or to put it somehow up. It's only for let's say powering the network. And our key goal is to provide privacy for public blockchains like Bitcoin and Binance and Ethereum. And in this case, Albert can confirm, I had a chance to ask one question of Neo and Binance founders on the meetup. And I was asking about the privacy and if there's any short and long-term plans to implement privacy, like ZKP tools, any kind of privacy tools to the Neo blockchain on Binance blockchain. The answer I got is that the blockchain network market is super competitive, and they actually compete each other in terms of speed, scalability, and if you implement any kind of ZKP, it slows down the network dramatically. And especially if you run the biggest exchange in the world, speed is most important. And it actually gives us very big motivation that probably all of these chains, in terms of privacy, they will use side chains. And our goal, again, is not compete with Monero or Zcash. Our goal is just to provide the privacy for Bitcoin, for Binance, for BNB, Web2 tokens, and so on and so on.
And do you think this goal is something that's in line with market interests? Is the market out there eager to have this sort of next level of privacy in there? I mean, as the old saying goes, privacy is only for those with something to hide. Is that not the case with cryptocurrencies as well?
Yeah. It's the thing. Privacy is nothing to hide. It's something to protect. And especially, I'm really happy these days because the first week of this year, everybody started talking about privacy dramatically. After Armstrong's blog post about the prediction of this year, and the thing is not because privacy is something bad, but maybe because of especially the early crypto users, they use the Bitcoin a couple of years ago, 3-5 years ago, because people think that Bitcoin is actually private itself. And for the past 3 years, when huge regulations, huge procedures came into industry, people, to be honest, they actually get tired. You need to pass KYC on every exchange you want to trade. If you want to buy or sell, you pass KYC again. So me personally, I sent maybe KYC 5-6 times to different companies, which I even don't remember. And people struggling in terms of to make Bitcoin private back, it was a couple years ago when nobody traced it. And I feel this demand, especially when I talk with the early crypto adopters, Bitcoin believers. Everybody wants this tool.
Right.
There's also the argument to be made that privacy is a right.
Certainly certainly an important argument to make out there. The right to privacy, something very prevalent in the cryptocurrency world. Andre and Albert, I want to thank you gentlemen so much for breaking down a little bit about what Incognito is doing at the moment. I look forward to seeing how you guys develop into the future. Now with this Binance X Fellowship, I'm sure there'll be lots more to report on in the months and years ahead. Have a great 2020, gentlemen. And for those at home, thanks for watching. Stay with us at blocktv.com for all the latest news and information. I'm Asher Westrop Evans. Keep watching.
For more news and updates, follow us on Twitter.